First of all, I'm going to apologise because I'm a dock worker and my language isn't good, and I like to swear a lot, okay? Because I'm a docker, because that's how we speak. We've heard a lot today about the political and the economic reasons as to why a lot of the dock workers in the world have problems and why the dockers in Sinnis have got problems. I tell you why there's a fucking problem in Sinnis. Because they're paying 519 euros a month to dock workers. That's why there's a problem in Sinnis. There's no other reason. We wouldn't be here unless we had good pay, good terms and conditions. Our brothers in Sinnis would be standing beside us today if things here were good, but they're not. And that's why we've come here today to help to support you. But I want to say, you're not the first to stand where you've stood. I've been there, I've stood where you are, where I came into work every day and I had that fear. Fear for myself and for my colleagues and fear for my family. If I stood up, if I spoke, would my boss fire me? Could I go and speak to my wife? Could I look at my children and say, I have no money? Because I went to work, I stood up and I spoke and I was fired. And I'm sorry and I've got to apologise to my family. But then I thought something different. How proud would I be if I spoke to my children and said, this is the world that I have built for you. I have built a world of fear for you to grow up. Jobs that pay, shit conditions, you work all the hours. That's the world that I've built for you, my children. Would I be proud? No, I fucking wouldn't be proud. So, my brothers in Sinnis, I want you to ask yourself, what world do you want for your children? Are you going to build that world? Are you going to build the social and the jobs for your children and that world for them to grow up in? Because the answer is yes. In your heart, you know you want a better world for your children and for yourself. Then you've got to build that world. And it starts here today. Okay? Every one of you is just but one person, one little stick. But you join the sticks together, and you can't be broken. If you stand, you will not be broken. And we're here to stand beside you. We're here to be with you and to fight alongside you, but it starts today. You've got to be brave. You've got to stand together. You've got to go into work and you've got to build your strength. And the rest of us in Europe, the other dock workers in Europe will stand beside you, will fight beside you. And we will stand against PSA until we win and you get fucking better terms and conditions and you get a life for yourself and a life for your children. Solidarity forever!